Pittsburgh certainly making his mark today.
I'll say this about Walt Harris. He came here, and Pitt was probably at its lowest ebb.
That means that Shoulders is back in at tailback. That's not all that bad. Second down, some 93-yard kickoff return on the opening kickoff for a touchdown to put Notre Dame out in front. Meanwhile, the clock continues to wind down. Our Hershey's Kit Kat break of the game. Well, that came after...
Expecting to win tonight. They expect their team to win. One little tidbit I'd like to throw in. I was talking to one of the Canton McKinley boosters over here. He says if there's anything to watch tonight that they're worried about is their offensive line. They're afraid their offensive line is not as good as their skilled players, and then if Ignatius takes advantage of any part of the game, it will be McKinley's offensive line. So keep an eye out for that. That's what one of the boosters told me earlier.
Well, we will do that, and we'll get more of your thoughts as we get closer to kickoff as you watch Ignatius go through their final drills. We are approaching the kickoff tonight, but many fans have already arrived because there were so many general admission seats, and that's why there was such a big arrival at 6 o'clock. People were lined up waiting to get in.
We've got tonight, but before we talk about McKinley, Ignatius, your team this year, 6-0, and really have beaten some highly rated schools already. Does this team surprise you a little bit at the way it's played in the early going?
Oh, very pleasantly surprised. Our kids worked very hard and set lofty goals, but I think anybody last, say, January, February, and listed down who had the key starters coming back would have looked at our team and said, well, they have 7 starters back, but I don't know, they graduated some great people. So that with that in mind, and then looking at the schedule we had to play, I think people would have said, well, they're going to have a hard time getting through that schedule. Maybe they'll make the playoffs, but they'll...
High school football because of my other job, but up from the people talking to the experts, the so-called experts, they say McKinley has the talent, a little more talent than Ignatius. Ignatius may have an edge in the coaching department.
In the field, crazy. We'll be back with the opening kickoff on News Radio WTAM 1100 after this timeout.
Hi, it's Jeff Ginsbach with some great news from John Matthews at Matthews Wall Anchor Service. John's been fixing bulging, cracking walls for years. He's the largest wall anchor company in the United States. Well, now John Matthews can fix your wet basement, too. You see, John uses 3 unique patented systems to fix wet basements. Most other companies have only one system, and what they try to do is adapt your basement to their system. Well, not John Matthews. He's got the system to match your problem. Doesn't that make sense? Plus, John has a set price list, so you can see what it'll cost up front, and the work is guaranteed for the life of your home. Can't get much better than that. So let Matthews Wall Anchor Service take care of your leaky or wet basement. And yes, John can also straighten out those bulging basement walls. Matthews Wall Anchor System for
far side of the field to the near side, to the home crowd, the Canton McKinley faithful, the McKinley Bulldogs in their all-black uniforms, the white numerals, white hats, the red trim, and we are about ready for football. Ignatius will kick it off. That'll be Gizzi Milligan to do that, and they will be approaching that kickoff going from our right to left. McKinley, upon receiving, will go from left to right.
One of the things you can look for in this thing here, Mike, is when McKinley takes the ball, watch and see if they can maintain the balance on their opening drive. They've had an excellent passing attack to go along with that big running attack that they put on the field.
Canton McKinley averaging over 50 points a game offensively. They've not had many kickoff returns this year, only 7. Once they get it the first time, they pretty much, they just keep kicking it off.
The average score of a McKinley game is 52-3, Mike.
Ouch. Here we go. We're glad to have you on 1100 WTAM as Gizzi Milligan hits the kickoff, and it's a short, high kick going to be fielded at about the 11-yard line to the far side, and out across the 20 to the 25 to the 30 and 35-yard line for Canton McKinley. On that return, Foley on the front line. Mark Masterson, Chris Haneline, Mike Eagens are the linebackers. Backs are in an I formation for the Bulldogs as McDaniels hands it off to Rozier, and he takes it up to the 39-yard line for about 3. The Ignatius secondary, the corners are Pat Spear, Joe Gonzalez, the safeties Mike Mystic and Mark Ballok. Matt Curry is split wide to the right, James Gamble wide left. McDaniels, straight drop. Looks right flat. He's got a man, Rozier at the 40, 45-50, 45-40, 35-30. One man to beat. 20 to the 10, and he's pulled down inside the 5-yard line. Touchdown saving tackle by Mike Mystic for a nice holding on Canton McKinley.
Wow. What a way to start the game. DeMarlo Rozier takes the short pass in the flat and runs it 59 yards down the field, pull out of bounds at the 3-yard line. But hold on a minute, we're going to bring it back. Dirty laundry on the field. Man, is that kid quick.
He was running right in front of you, wasn't he, Mike?
Oh, he was gone in a blur. Where's John Cooper? Is he looking at that one too?
A holding penalty on the Bulldogs, so that's McKinley.
But it's just what we told you in the pregame, Mike. Canton McKinley has the ability to do that at any time from any position on the field with the stable of backs they have. And now you'll continue to see DeMarlo Rozier in the game because he's the man who can take it all the way to the house.
All right, Rozier is lined up as a setback behind McDaniels with a slot to the left. They run a little play action. McDaniels looking to the right flat, gets Rozier again up to the 30, 35, 40, and he's tripped up as he hit the 45-yard line, and he is close to a McKinley first down.
Here's the first down, Mike. Remember what I told you. They don't have the
4-pound senior. The fullback to his left as they line up with an offset is Jamar Martin. Quick pitch, Rozier. Cuts it in the left tackle, 50, and down to the 46-yard line of Ignatius for a gain of 6.
I'll tell you what, Mike, if Larry Witherspoon is not closing that one down, DeMarlo Rozier may go to the house right down the middle of the field. Once he made
showing their explosiveness. Matt Curry goes wide to the left. Split to the right is James Gamble. The backs are split behind McDaniels. That's Martin and Rozier. You give to Martin, turns it up left guard, and he is close to a first down as the Bulldogs try to go straight at St. Ignatius.
A little bit of an isolation play. That time, Jamar Martin just takes the ball and just runs right up the back of his tackle and his guard on the right side. He's going to come up a little bit short
of the 59-yard catch off of pass to Rozier. And now the Bulldogs with 3rd down and short. Man in motion from right to left. Give to the fullback Martin, and he's got a first down and plenty more as he's inside the Ignatius 40-yard line to about the 37.
Remember, we talked about the offensive line size advantage in favor of Canton McKinley. 239 to 231.
Put together 6'2", 244. Wow. 2 backs behind McDaniels. Rozier lines up as the deep back. Play action. McDaniels looking to the left flat. He's got a man. It's Peterson inside the 30, inside the 20, and finally brought down at about the 16-yard line. Ken Peterson. Unbelievable. Now we've got a whistle here as the Bulldogs come out of the huddle. equipment problem of some sort as Ben McDaniels comes over to talk to his dad, Tom.
Mike, take a look at this seat I have. Look at this. I'm straddling the line of scrimmage on about the 17-yard line. How much do you think people would pay for this seat?
Well, that's a pretty good seat you got there. Just stay where you're at, though. I wouldn't want to tread too far out onto that field with some of the hitting we've already seen.
I'm already got my Keds on. I'm getting ready to run.
Your pro Keds, huh?
Yeah.
I thought you'd have your red ball Jets on.
Yeah.
First and 10 Bulldogs. They go with a twin set of receivers to the right. Man in motion is Curry. Deep pitch Rozier. Wants to run it right hand. Takes it inside, cuts it back out, and he's down to the 11-yard line. Then a bunch of white jerseys gobble him up. Chris Nash was in on the play. And also that's Mike Eagens. He is wide to the left, Gamble to the right. Backs are in an I formation. That's Martin and Rozier. Curry comes in motion, turn and hand off Rozier. Off left tackle, he blasts it down to first down territory as the Bulldogs keep rolling.
Mike Eagens again on the spot.
Eagens makes the tackle. Bulldogs say they've got a first down, and they do. It'll be first and goal for this first quarter. Now a full house formation behind Ben McDaniels. Hand off Rozier. He stumbles, tries to turn it right in, and still gets a couple of yards to about the 4, and then Mike Masterson sealed it off for the Wildcats.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike. There's no lack of hitting between these two teams tonight down on the field.
Up over the ball. This is the 10th play of McKinley's drive. Rashawn Hall is the middleman in the full house. Hand off Rozier right in. He is into the end zone. Touchdown. At right end. And a methodical McKinley drive culminates.
That time, Antonio Hall took him right on into the end zone. The offensive line, remember we told you up top, was going to be key. And so far, it's all McKinley over Ignatius.
The point after try will come from Phil Armados. The kick is up, and it is good. There's a timeout on this timeout.
Some people believe the world is getting smaller. You're listening to St. Ignatius Wildcat football on WTAM 1100.
7-0 McKinley leads it. The Bulldogs ready to kick it off to St. Ignatius. Lerner and Gonzalez are deep. The ball will bounce to Lerner at the 10. Up the middle, 20, 25, 30, 35, and tripped up as he gets to the 39-yard line. And a big tackle made by Fred Wilcox. Otherwise, Lerner would have been outstanding in the first 6 games this year for the Cats. Takes them out of the huddle. Adam Reaney is the center. The guards are Tony Smith and Jeff Petrulis. The tackles, LaCharles Bentley and Ken Kubec. Tony Yandek is the tight end. Jeff Lerner the split end. Ragone the quarterback. And they line up in the I behind him. And the handoff to Gonzalez right end. He turns the corner across the 40, 45-yard line. And a gain of about 7 yards on Ignatius' first play from scrimmage.
He carries, but he's a great back, and he did a great job that time.
Ballok is wide right. Lerner split to the left. They've got a slot formation to the right. And a quick pitch to Gonzalez trying to go left in. He turns the corner to the 49 across midfield. He's got a first down.
Down by number 20.
I'll tell you what, Mike, that time Mike Doss almost made an outstanding play in the backfield, but you saw the quickness of Gonzalez, who came to the fore last year when Paul R. Dyer got hurt.
The guy for them is their left end, Ken Peterson, 6'4", 255 senior. Ragone, his first pass of the night, finds Ballok to the far sideline. He's got it at the 41-yard line, and he is wrapped up immediately by James Gamble, but it's a gain of 8 for St. Ignatius. McKinley leads it 7-0. Ragone with a long count at the line. Turns, gives to the tailback Gonzalez. Tripped up as he hits the 40, gets a couple of yards around right end. And that'll set up second and long for the Wildcats.
Again, as Mike Trevisano brought out a few moments ago, we're talking about superior coaching here with Coach McDaniels and Coach Kyle. You can see the difference on just about every play.
So the Wildcats do get the first down on that 2nd and 2. And they've got it 1st and 10 of the 39-yard line. Ragone straight drop. He's looking. He's got a man over the middle. Ballok makes the grab at the 21-yard line. Gain of 18 yards. First down, St. Ignatius. Now, Canton McKinley with several players who go both ways. Jamar Martin DeMarlo, Rozier, Ken Peterson are three of their key players. Four-man front from McKinley. The tailback is Gonzalez. Ardier, the fullback. Handoff Gonzalez, left tackle. A big hole, and he takes it all the way down inside the 15-yard line to about the 14. And he is stopped there by Rashawn Hall, but it's a big gain on first down for the Cats. Tony Yandek is the end to the right. He's actually in a slot for St. Ignatius. Gonzalez, the tailback, behind Ragone. Ardier, the fullback. Lerner is wide to the left. Ragone going to throw to Lerner. He's got it to the 10, and down he goes as he hits the 8-yard line, but he's got a first down.
Nice tackle by Gamble because he almost twisted out of that one. Had he twisted out of that tackle by Gamble, that would have been a touchdown, and we've been on our way to being down.
Wildcats out of the huddle. Velocin to the right. Split to the left is Lerner. Ardier and Gonzalez in the backfield behind Dave Ragone. We've got movement on the line. Let's see who jumped. McKinley appeared to jump and make contact, but let's see if there might have been some movement inside that drew them offside.
And Mike, I'm standing right here. I'm right in front of them. I'm 15 yards away from the quarterback. Head bob. Quarterback head bob caused that offsides by McKinley.
Dog 3-yard line. Hand off to the fullback, Ardier. He is into the end zone. Touchdown, St. Ignatius. Senior co-captain had plenty of room to move, and the Wildcats are on the board.
I wonder what the over and under was today, because it looks like neither team great football.
Jesse Milligan to try the point after. Ball down, kick is up. It is good. We've got a timeout on the field. It's Ignatius 7, Canton McKinley 7, back after this timeout.
Time. You're listening to St. Ignatius Wildcat Football on WTAM 1100.
Jesse Milligan will kick it off for St. Ignatius. Short kick hits at the 15-yard line, picked up at the 11-yard line by Freddie Wilcox, and he gets hit pretty good as he crosses the 20. And McKinley will have it first and 10 at about their own 21-yard line. And touchdown drive for St. Ignatius culminated on a 3-yard run by Ardier. Hall and Rozier are in the backfield behind Ben McDaniels. Play action. McDaniels looking to throw long. He's got a man. And it's caught at the 50-yard line to the 40, 35, 30. And going all the way is Rick Fox for a Canton McKinley touchdown. 79-yard touchdown pass from Ben McDaniels. Again, Mike Gibbon. Rick Fox, a 5'10", 170-pound senior, motoring with that one. He was all alone. Here's the point after from Armados. It is up. It is good. And we're by a score of 14-7. Let's go down to Mike Trevisano. They're both standing at about their 9-yard line. Phil Armados to kick it off for McKinley. Hits it to the far sideline. Lerner at his 5. Good kick. Up to the 10, 15, 20, and tripped up. Oh, did he have the team? He was tripped up by Rick Fox. Rick Fox, who just scored a touchdown, just saved a touchdown there.
Mike, he had a hole the size of a semi. I had a
figuring prominently in the start of this game. First down, Ignatius at the 25. Let's see how the Wildcats answer. It's Ragone. Draw play to Gonzalez. Outside 30, 35. He's at the 40, 45 and out of bounds. And he crosses midfield. The tackle made by James Gamble. And the Wildcats come out offensively.
Off-tackle play. Again, execution is key for St. Ignatius. And they executed better than they even have.
Worked that well. That shows you what McKinley's thinking in terms of the passing game of Ignatius. Dan Hanna is in as the fullback for the Wildcats. Ragone to throw. Pump fake. He's looking long for Lerner. He makes the catch at the 20-yard line. What a great grab by Jeff Lerner to the 20-yard line of Canton McKinley.
You gotta be kidding me. This is an unbelievable football game.
That is a gain of 28 yards. 46. He may get it tonight.
He's going to get that one.
First down for the Cats as they go right to left. Into the fullback, Hanna, nothing there.
Mike, I think that was the first defensive play of the night made right there.
You may be right, Mike. And in the middle, it was senior defensive tackle Ken last year. Ardeer is back in at fullback. Gonzalez, the tailback. Yandek is in the slot. Ragone, play action. He's under pressure. He steps up. He will run it inside the 20. Hit at the 16. And down he goes to the 14-yard line. So Dave Ragone allowing those McKinley Bulldogs to get a shot at him, and he scrambled for about 7.
So did I was doing a little scrambling there myself.
Were you?
They were coming right at us there. I'll tell you what.
Called on Kenny Peterson coming across to sack him.
Wildcats on the move. They're in the red zone. Ragone, straight drop, looks right flat for Massinen, and did he make the catch? He did not. They say he trapped it. It looked good to me. To the far, Canton McKinley Bulldogs lead it by a score of 14-7. McKinley. The Wildcats are going to go for a field goal here on 4th and 3. It'll be a 31-yard attempt by Jesse Milligan. They snap, the ball down, kick is up. And it is perfect. Jesse Milligan from 31 yards out. Timeout on the field. Canton McKinley 14, Ignatius 10. We're back after this timeout.
Okay. Price of $149 and use a $50 rebate coupon.
You're listening to St. Ignatius Wildcat Football on WTAM 1100.
Wildcats take it off. Wilcox gets it and scrambles back across the 20 to about the 21-yard line. 14-10 is our score. McKinley leads it. Let's now pause for station identification. With us on News Radio WTAM 1100. Mike Snyder, Kendall Lewis. Mike Trevisano is on the field in the middle of it all. Deep pitch to DeMarlo Rozier. He runs it right in across the 25 to the 30. Another tackle out to the 35-yard line. DeMarlo Rozier, what a athlete he is, and he's doing it all for McKinley. And keep in mind, he had a 59-yard minute to go in the first quarter. The Bulldogs send a twin set of receivers to the left in Gamble and Curry. Hall is the fullback in front of Rozier, and Hall gets the call. And not many yards. About a yard or two. The middle of that Ignatius defense stiffens. So the defense trying to assert itself here because this has been an offensive game. Mark Masterson, the leading tackler on the season for Ignatius, leading the charge step back. Clock moving down to 20 seconds to play first quarter. Hall is the fullback in the backfield. The tailback is Rozier. Wide out split to either side. McDaniels dropped under pressure out of the pocket, looks far side and overthrows the intended receiver, Matt Curry. Then that this game was going to be something special. Now the Bulldogs out of the huddle. We have a whistle.
No, actually, they knew, Mike, that they would catch us in traffic, so we'd be late for the broadcast.
And offered all kinds of goodies to eat.
Yeah, we could have imbibed on our way here, couldn't we? Yeah. 3rd and 9. McDaniels under pressure. Tries to get away. And down he goes. Steve Zvara finally got him. As the Ignatius secondary did an outstanding job of coverage. That's the end of the first quarter. It's Canton McKinley 14, St. Ignatius 10. We're back after this.
And I got good news. Looks like your 400 batting average and your 120 RBIs.
McKinley 148, Ignatius 122. And that's just for a quarter. McKinley will have to punt. Paul Humphrey, standing at about his 17, will kick it away as the Wildcats will get a look at the first time they've stopped McKinley tonight, really. A wobbly kick. It's going to be difficult to return. In fact, Mystic's going to back away from it and not bother trying. And it's going to roll all the way inside St. Ignatius' 20. And it's going to trickle on down to about the 15. And looks like it had a little McKinley roll there inside the 15-yard line.
We'll call it the 15-yard line for the Wildcats.
Massinen wide to the left. Lerner split to the right. Yandek is in the slot. Ardeer the fullback. Gonzalez the tailback. Turn give Gonzalez. Wants to turn left in. Gets outside across the 15 to the 20. And he's spun down around the 21-yard line. Isaiah Robinson was over there defensively for Canton McKinley. He's a 5'8", 230-pound senior. That's out of the huddle. Ball is on the far hash mark, so Lerner with the short side of the field. Gonzalez now lines up in a slot formation, and Ragone's going to take it out of the shotgun here. St. Ignatius spreading the field. Ragone out of the shotgun. Throws complete to Lerner for first down yardage. And not much more up to about the 25-yard line.
I'll tell you, the wide receiver, Lerner for St. Ignatius, Mike, has just great hands. You throw the ball anywhere near him,
and he hits them. Ball is marked to the 26. First down, St. Ignatius. Again, Ragone will make the call out of the shotgun. He's under pressure. He finds a man, though, on the right flat. Paul Ardeer, the fullback, will scramble for good yardage up to about the 33-yard line, and that's a gain of about 7.
Yeah, Kendall, I'm surprised. Canton McKinley's put absolutely no pressure on the passer.
Division I programs. Let's keep an eye on what they are doing with Kenny Peterson, the big defensive end, who's been quiet so far. It's second down and 3 for Ignatius. Ragone on the draw to Gonzalez, and he's not going to get outside this time. Good tackle by Jamar Martin as Gonzalez got back to the line of scrimmage and had a very short gain, if any.
Up to clean all that up.
Third down and 2 for Ignatius. They'll go with 4 wide receivers. Ragone is in the shotgun. McKinley shows the 5-man front. They send the linebacker, throwing the pass over the middle of Lerner. He's got it at the 45. Jeff Lerner with the grab, tripped up by Fred Wilcox. Otherwise, Lerner's on his way to the end zone. First down, St. Ignatius at the McKinley 43.
That was close, baby. Just got him by the shoelace or he was gone.
And when was the last time?
Dave Ragone, the left-hander, 6'2", 200-pound senior. Didn't see much action last year. He's rolling to his right. Throws complete to Ardeer at the 40-yard line, and he's spun down by Rozier. But it is a short gain, and it'll bring up second down, and we'll call it. Adam Reaney, the junior center, up over the ball for Ignatius. Paul Ardeer, the fullback. The tailback is Gonzalez. Turn, play action. Ragone fires over the middle, and it is intercepted. It is intercepted. Canton McKinley's Rick Fox, who has been the hero for them tonight, makes the interception at the 21-yard line.
Outstanding play by Rick Fox. Let's see how he does that next time they're on defense.
So off of the turnover, Dave Ragone has only been intercepted now twice on the season. Deep pitch, and it's Quincy. He fumbled the fumble. It's loose. Ignatius says they have it, and let's see, it is St. Ignatius football. Richard Bradley was the ball carrier. First time that he's had his hands on the game, on the ball tonight.
That was one of the cases. I was right here. It happened right in front of me. He went through the line, a big hole. Somebody was beat, just reached out and knocked the ball out of his arm.
8:50 to go in the first half. Ignatius gets it right back. Dave Ragone under center. Steps back to throw. He looks in the end zone for Massinen, and he's... Did he hang on? Touchdown!
Oh, my God, what a catch.
Make the call. What an incredible catch by John Massinen. A touchdown for St. Ignatius.
It doesn't get any better than that. He had to keep his feet in bounds. The ball was over his head, fully extended. A defensive back right on him. That's a big-time catch.
Now the point after from Jesse Milligan. What a performance these teams are putting on. The kick is up, and it is good. We've got a timeout on the field. It's now Ignatius 17, McKinley 14. We're back after this timeout.
Hi, Jack Wells, paranormal investigator here. You know, all hell.
AM 1100.
17-14, St. Ignatius with its first lead of the night, and Milligan kicks it off for the Wildcats. It'll be fielded by Dawson as 5, up to the 10 to the 15, and he's hit hard as he gets close to the 20-yard line and will not cross the 20. So Ignatius getting fired up after that great pass and catch. We're going to Massinen.
And you know, Massinen almost dropped that ball. He had half of the football in his hand, and it was just tipping out, but he concentrated and pulled it in, made an outstanding catch, and he gives Ignatius the lead, 17-14.
Mike Trevisano, he's on the field. You're listening to Ignatius and McKinley on News Radio WTAM 1100. Handoff goes to Mike Goss, trying to go left tackle, and he gets a yard, and that's about it as the Ignatius defense now coming alive.
Well, you know what? boy, one of the interesting things that we might want to watch out for, especially on the offensive side of the ball for Canton McKinley, is that DeMarlo Rozier has been in on a lot of action on both sides of the ball.
Matt Curry will be wide to the right. It's Gamble split to the left. Ben McDaniels, the junior quarterback, his father the head coach. He drops to throw. He looks to the left flat and overshoots his intended receiver.
As good as everything went in the first quarter for the Canton
down physically, and it probably has affected DeMarlo Rozier.
Tough spot for the Bulldogs. 3rd and 9 at their own 21. Out of the shotgun. McDaniels pressure. He's going to be sacked. He is smothered by Chris Haneline, the co-captain inside linebacker. Sacks McDaniels for a loss of 10, and the Bulldogs are going to have to punt.
Chris Haneline that time looked like Katzenberg
are deep to receive this punt, and they're standing at the Bulldog 45 as Paul Humphrey is in his end zone, and he'll kick it from there. Bad snap, but he gets a good bounce. And he takes his time as Ignatius had the return on. Fair catch is signaled and caught by Mike Mystic. And the Wildcats have a first down just inside the
time, Mike. What happened was you didn't even see DeMarlo Rozier on the field during that offensive sequence. My question is, since that worked for you,
he's the free safety for Canton McKinley. On first down, Ragone throws far sideline. Lerner's got it. He's pushed out of bounds. And it looks like he's got a first down to about the 35-yard line.
No TV timeouts, huh? This game's really moving quick.
7:04 to play in this first
3 defense with the free safety Rozier just sitting and mirroring the quarterback Ragone.
On first down, ball spotted at the Bulldog 33. Ragone, fake pump. Now he looks long for Velocin inside the 5, and he won't bring that one in. James Gamble on the coverage. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Ragone is now 10 out of 13 in the game for 140 yards. And you're right, Mike. I think that's the first time that they didn't get a bunch on their first play of a series. Hanna is in at fullback. Handoff to the tailback, and nothing doing there for Paul Ardeer, who lined up as a tailback. So the Wildcats trying to give Joe Gonzalez a little break. They give Ardeer a chance to run out of the tailback spot, and we've got a McKinley player shaken up. Tell you what, is wide to the left, the leading receiver for the Wildcats. Velocin split to the right. Milligan is in the slot. Out of the shotgun, Ragone gets the spot. Porter blitz. He lets it fly long for Lerner, and he can't get to it inside the 5.
Oh, and that happened right dead. I mean, 1 yard away from me. I mean, it's just off the fingertips of the wide receiver of Ignatius Lerner. I mean, Mike, off his fingertips.
And 14, they will go for it out of the slot with the ball at the McKinley 37. They've got to get to the 23 for a first down. Ragone dumps it off right flat. Ardeer dropped the ball. Well, Paul was looking to run. You've seen it happen time and again, and that was the case where he was looking to...
that the Wildcats have. You won't see that often. I'm thinking now that Coach
McKinley won at the end of the first half here and won at the start of the 3rd quarter.
And it will be interesting to hear what they have to say to be in the middle of a game like this, and so much of it still to be played. We have 6 minutes and 6 seconds to go first half. It is St. Ignatius 17, Canton McKinley 14, and you're listening to tonight's game on News Radio WTAM. Really couldn't tell from here, Mike. We'll try to check it out. First down and 10. Canton McKinley, ball at the 37-yard line. Wilcox goes in motion to the right. McDaniels turns, gives to Rozier, and he is hit at the line. And not much doing there as that Ignatius defense now starting to get tough. And in there defensively, Steve Zvara, who had a big sack earlier, he led the charge that time.
Excellent offensive play, and their defense comes to play.
On 2nd down and about 9 for McKinley. The Bulldogs now with a little confusion. Looks like they want to check the football here. The center is Steve Smith for Canton McKinley, and he says that there's something wrong with the ball, so we're going to get a new football.
And another thing we can keep an eye on is that the emotion of this game has been so high that you can't play at that emotional high for 4 quarters. Having played the game, I know that for a fact. And so these guys are settling in now to their true game days.
The backs are split behind McDaniels on 2nd down and 9. McDaniels, 3-step drop, looks to the near side for Curry, and he makes the catch. Inside the 40, and a flag is thrown. That is Fred Wilcox, I should say. the grab, Canton McKinley.
Nice play that time for McDaniels. Both of these quarterbacks have played exceptionally well in leading their receivers down
the 34-yard line of Ignatius. 5:18 to go in the first half. And now another official timeout has been called as Ignatius now with a little discussion here, and I'm not sure what the problem is there as the Ignatius defense now gathered in a huddle near the football.
And coming into this game, Mike, Fred Wilcox had only caught 5 passes, but they were for 89 yards, so he had a good average, but he'd only caught 5 passes. And as you said, different wrinkles for this game by both coaches.
Mike Eagens had to leave. I think he had an equipment problem, and Tony Yandek is now in as a linebacker for St. Ignatius. First down for the Bulldogs. Ball is at the 34-yard line. McDaniels to throw. He looks to the right flat, and Curry is there, but he can't. Did he hang on? Yes, he did. What a great catch. Matt Curry inside the 15-yard line. First down, Canton McKinley, and another tremendous catch made in this football game.
A one-handed diving catch was just made.
Curry, the leading receiver, that's his first grab of the night, and he did bring it in with one hand to the far side.
These quarterbacks have decided that they're not going to throw many interceptions at all tonight because they're throwing the ball where only their receivers may catch the football, and they've done an outstanding job so far.
Ball spotted at the 13 on first down for the Bulldogs. Curry split to the left, deep pitch Rozier. DeMarlo trying to get outside. He takes it down to the 10, and that's it. Mike Mystic came up to make the tackle. And also Brian Foley was there. The Bulldogs have driven to the 10 and have a second down and 7. I formation behind McDaniels. Now McDaniels backs off with an audible. Changing the play at the line. Now a flag thrown. Well, let's wait and see. We may have a delay of game or maybe some movement inside. It's a delay of game call.
And that's a shame because he called an audible. He had it set up. I mean, this is high school football, and you're seeing audibles and run right. It just didn't.
4 minutes to go in the first half. Curry split to the right. Wilcox wide to the left. Out of the shotgun. McDaniels under pressure. Pulls it down. Wanted to run, but he's tripped up. And a big defensive play made by Ben Mellino. 5'10", 225-pound senior tripped him up. And McDaniels will lose a little bit on that one and bring up third and long.
To the red zone. And I thought that was a plain quarterback draw there also, too.
Ball is marked on the near hash. Curry comes in motion from right to left. McDaniels, play action. He's looking to the right flat. He's got Curry at the 12. Curry hit at the 10. Breaks the tackle. He's inside the 5 and close to a first down. He's going to be just short of the first down, though. When his knee went down, he's about a yard and a half shy of a first down for Canton McKinley.
Daniels is bringing his whole offensive team over to decide whether they want to go for the field goal.
That one-handed grab a little bit ago as McKinley now threatens, and here, of course, they're just less than 5 yards away from a touchdown. They have a full house backfield behind McDaniels. On fourth down, the handoff goes to Rozier. Tries to swing left end. He's to the 2, to the 1. Touchdown!
Outstanding blocking, Mike.
Strictly a sprint. He just put his head down and went right for the corner and catch me if you can.
It'll be Armados to try the point after. The ball down. The kick is up. It is good. Timeout. 21-17. McKinley leads it. We're back after this timeout.
Okay, we're here with Tom, one of the Blastmasters we need on the Learning Channel this week.
Select GM dealer near you. Ask for limited lifetime guarantee details.
You're listening to St. Ignatius Wildcat Football on WTAM 1100.
It's going to be Armados to kick it off for Canton McKinley. Lots of time for Ignatius yet in this first half, but the Bulldogs have just regained the lead on the 5-yard run by Rozier. Lerner's going to get the kickoff at the 10, to the 15, Jeff to the 20, 25, and down he goes at the 29-yard line. And that'll put Ignatius in business there with still 2:43 to go in this first half.
43 to go.
Well, the Wildcats in their white jerseys against the black uniformed McKinley Bulldogs. Dave Ragone is in the shotgun. He dumps it off to Lerner on the crossing pattern. He's hit at the 30, and down he goes. That is going to be a very short gain, if anything, as Lerner makes the grab. Rashawn Hall wrapped him up.
I've never seen a play like that, really, Mike. They lined him up, let me get here at my bearings, to the right, and they ran him right down the line of scrimmage all the way to the left.
And got about a half yard out of it. Second down and 9.5 for the Wildcats. We're going to throw over the middle, caught by Gonzalez, and a flag thrown. Looks like we'll have a face mask ball, is what Gonzalez is saying. Rashawn Hall wrapped him up. Well, we'll hold on and wait for the official call here.
You know, Mike, I'd watch again for that pattern by Lerner. I think there's something that comes off of that play. That was a weird pattern for a wide receiver to run.
I'll tell you what, Dave Ragone is just doing his worst. I mean, he's just standing back there picking cherries. I mean, he's having a good time, and his receivers are wide open again. Coach McDaniels of the line. 2 minutes to play, first half. Wildcats trailing by 4. Ragone continues to work out of the shotgun. Steps up. He's got running room. He dropped the ball. Picks it back up, and down he goes at the 45. He just lost the handle on it, and was he fortunate? He got a nice basketball bounce off of the shape of the football that never comes up that way, and Rashawn Hall wrapped him up.
Looked like Michael Jordan on a fast break there as he was
free, and gets a big break that he was able to recover that. 2nd and 7 at the McKinley 45. Ragone under pressure is hit, fumble, picked up by McKinley's Kenny Peterson, and he's down at the 40, and it'll belong to the Bulldogs. The tackle was made, Wilcox actually jarred him, and Peterson recovered it, and Canton McKinley now has a first down.
Peterson picks it up, couldn't get in the end zone, but they're set up at the 40 of Ignatius.
Ball is marked. And here we go with 1st and 10 for Canton McKinley. Ben McDaniels with an audible at the line once again. He drops to throw. He's looking for Curry. He's got Curry at the 25, 20, breaks the tackle, 10, 5, touchdown! Matt Curry with an incredible catch and run.
First half against the St. Ignatius team.
Armatos to try the point after. And the kick is up. It is good. 28-17. Canton McKinley leads this game. What a tremendous pirouette move, as Kendall described it, by Matt Curry. And they are on their feet.
And the holes were there 2 times for him, too. He just got tripped up both times. But this Lerner kid, I don't know what he runs the 40 in, but I'll tell you what, he is quick.
We have had one big play after another here at Fawcett Field tonight. Armatos picks it off deep. Lerner gets it at the 4, to the 10, 15, and upended as he hits the 20-yard line. The fired-up Bulldogs. John Lucius makes the tackle. Chuck Kyle elects to do here with his team on its own 20 and under a minute to play in the first half. And the Wildcats are going to use McKinley's going to use a timeout. So the Bulldogs want to talk things over with 56 seconds to play.
Interesting that time, Coach McDaniels wanted to put his people in the same type of loop.
All right, Ignatius working out of the shotgun, so they're going to put it up. Dave Ragone will get the snap. He has time. He throws complete to Lerner up to the 30-yard line and out of bounds. At the 31, he is close to a first down.
That play could be there all night long because the defensive back is just scared to death of Lerner.
A 10-yard cushion. If you look in front of you, that's a 10-yard cushion. And on the snap, he's going to get back fine.
At the 31-yard line on 1st and 10. Ragone, straight drop, flips it right flat. Lerner again, and out he goes. Let's see, did he get out of bounds?
Dave Ragone's pass
It's completed the 38-yard line, and he did not get out of bounds. So the clock continues to move along. 35 seconds to play in this first half.
I thought that was a bad call. I'm right on the sideline here.
Quick pass again to Lerner, and he gets the first down, I believe, but he did not get out of bounds.
No, Mike, he caught. It looks like he caught the ball and fumbled it out of bounds, or either was an incomplete pass, one of the two.
Okay, and it looks like they're giving him the completion on that.
Then it was a completion and a fumble forward out of bounds.
And a timeout by St. Ignatius. Well, Mike Trevisano is on the field. Mike, you'll be talking with Coach Tom McDaniels, and boy, what a roller coaster ride it's been to
football at adjusting after the half and coming back and taking care of the business.
Amen to that, Kendall. You're absolutely right. Over the years, they have been remarkable. Here's Ragone to throw. Left sideline pass dropped by Velocin.
And I'll tell you what, Velocin can be excused for that one because he made an outstanding catch for a touchdown. We're going to do it. And they said, well, what's the difference in your mind? I think both teams are very well coached. But I'll tell you something, Chico Kyle on the Ignatius sideline is one of the finest coaches I've ever had an opportunity to watch, and he does things right time after time after time again and puts his team in a position to win.
Well, I'm Mike Camerata running all the dials. Jim Isabella with the stats as Ignatius goes for it on 4th down and a yard. Ragone takes the snap, turns and gives the handoff to Gonzalez. Joe gets the first down, but that's all. So the Wildcats have time for another play or two. Ragone signaling, let's hustle, let's take a shot here. I think one thing is this ball game moves along. McKinley, as we've talked about it, a number of players going both ways for them.
It's going to be a factor in the second half. It's a cool night. It's a lot of adrenaline, a lot of pressure on this team. Believe it or not, in high school, these guys want to make the playoffs. It's going to tell in the second half.
On first down with time running out in the half, Ragone had the ball slip out of his hand. He looked like, I'm not really sure if he was going for Ardeer in the flat or if he was looking for Gonzalez down the sideline. The ball just slipped out of his hands.
Well, Lerner again was wide open over the middle of the field there. I don't know if Ragone had time to see him or not there.
10 seconds to go, first half. Ignatius with Ragone out of the shotgun. He's got Velocin and Gonzalez split to the left. Lerner wide right. Ragone looking down the middle long, and he underthrew Gonzalez as Joe turned on it, and it bounced to him at the 30-yard line, incomplete.
Well, now you need some type of Hail Mary.
And Ignatius' receivers are just running right down the middle of it.
Dave Ragone rolling to his left. He's going to air it out long for Lerner inside the 20, and it's broken up. Well, they took a shot. They took right in front of Mike Trevisano. That big bowl game they always want to have in college football, Kendall.
This is the mystical national championship of high school football. Mystical.
All right, here we go. Armatos to kick it off for McKinley. Lerner's going to field it at the 5. Jeff to the 10, 15, 20, out to the 25-yard line, and then the black jersey's going to
down here in the 25-yard line.
So Ignatius will put it in play there. First down. Charles Bentley and Ken Kubec, the tackles. Tony Yandek, the tight end. Ragone with the audible. The backs are Ardeer and Gonzalez. Lerner wide right, Velocin wide to the left. McKinley, a little different look up front. A drop play to Gonzalez, and he struggles to get about 4 yards to the 29. And he's wrapped up by Jamar Martin. Wildcats. Now the Wildcats have shown the shotgun, but they're not using it here. Ragone goes back under center. And the linebackers blitz. Ragone under pressure. Fires over the middle. Caught. Tony Yandek.
Complete to the
6'1" senior tight end makes the grab. First First down, St. Ignatius, and it'll be up to the 38-yard line.
Again, we see a little bit more aggression from the Bulldogs. We're going time to complete his pass.
Massinen to the right. Lerner split left. Lerner with 11 catches in tonight's game. On first and 10, Gonzalez will take a left tackle and grind out 3, maybe 4 yards to the 42, setting up second down and 6. Lerner going to be covered by Fred Wilcox on the near side. Also, Rozier, the free safety, keep an eye on Lerner. And the pass for Lerner broken up. A block on the line. It looked like Les Thompson got it. 6'2" senior defensive end bats down Ragone's pass. Dave Ragone has already thrown the ball 26 times in tonight's game. We are early third quarter. Ardier in motion, the fullbacks. Ragone, play action, under pressure, is going to go down.
That was a strange play because in the middle of that play, it looked as though Ragone was standing around as if he had heard a whistle blow. But I'll tell you what, Mike Doss didn't stop playing. Neither did Kenny Peterson of the McKinley Bulldogs.
Again has had a great year punting, averaging 33.5 yards per punt. Rushes on, he got it away. Fair catch signaled and fumbled, but falling on it is Wilcox at the 34-yard line. A little shorter than his average, but
we had a little tete-a-tete on the field as they were coming off between Isaiah Robert. Bad blood starting to come to the surface between these teams.
3 wide receivers, 2 to the near side and 1 to the far side. For McKinley, they'll go with split backs. Rozier and Martin, a couple of big running backs. Rozier gets the call, right tackle. He's going to be hit in the backfield. Chris Haneline, senior middle linebacker, co-captain, wraps him up for a loss.
Chris Haneline that time came in again through the block, sifting out the garbage, and he took out the trash in the Fawcett Stadium. Crowd enjoying a great game. Also good news that the Indians have beaten the Orioles in Game 3 to lead the ALCS 2-1. On second and 11, deep pitch Rozier cuts it up on the left side, and he will be hit at the line of scrimmage. No gain at all. Ben Mellino, Steve Zvara, that front line for Ignatius, taking care of business. Larry Witherspoon and Brian Foley are the defensive end with Mellino.
You're showing years of leisure suits, Kendall. Third down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Curry, that dangerous receiver to the split to the left. McDaniels to throw, looking long for Curry. It is intercepted. Intercepted by Mystic. He's to the 50, to the 45. Running laterally, cuts back to the 50, to the near sideline, 45 and down at the 43-yard line. First down, St. Ignatius.
I tell you what, Mike Mystic made an outstanding play on the football. Never took his eyes off of McDaniel, so that when he let that football go, he broke on it instantly, made the catch, and made a nice return. Returned the ball to about the 41-yard line. Ignatius is in business at about the 43 of the McKinley Bulldogs.
That is the first interception Ben McDaniels has thrown this season. The Wildcats have a first down at the 43-yard line of McKinley. Bulldogs with that 4-3 set defensively. Single setback behind Ragone, who drops to throw. He looks to his left, throws over the middle for Lerner. Broken up. Nicely by Fred Wilcox.
And the reason why Fred Wilcox was in that play so tightly is because he cut down his cushion.
McKinley leads it by 11, but the Wildcats, off of the turnover, are in Canton McKinley territory at the 43. Ragone to throw. Left flat, he's intercepted. Intercepted, a bad throw, picked off by Rick Fox. Continues to make big plays tonight for McKinley, and that was just a bad throw by Dave Ragone.
And I'm wondering who was he throwing that ball to. We've got a flag on the play. Maybe some extracurriculars. The flag sits at about the 48 of Ignatius. But I was wondering who he threw that ball to because there was no one there but Rick Fox. And the flag is clipping on the return against the McKinley Bulldogs. So that's going to be from the spot of the foul. And it looks like that's going to be from the 48. So that's going to move back probably to about the 40-yard line maybe.
standing here watching these two quarterbacks right here on the sidelines. All of a sudden, it's like two different guys. I mean, the last time McDaniels never even read the safety, threw it right into double coverage. The safety was just standing in the middle of the field.
But it did go right to Fox. First down McKinley now. So these teams exchange turnovers early in the second half. Play action McDaniels. Heads it to the right sideline, incomplete. And he overthrows Rozier up around the 42-yard line. And that'll bring up second and 10. The ball is spotted at the 36-yard line of Smith, rangy 6'4", 220-pound junior center up over the ball for McKinley. Rashawn Hall, the fullback. DeMarlo Rozier, the tailback. McDaniels turns, fakes the handoff. He looks to the right sideline again. Same throw. This time it's complete. And a first down and 20 more for Curry. Matt Curry, who had that electrifying touchdown for the Bulldogs. At the 46-yard line of Ignatius, the Bulldogs are in business. Rashawn Hall in at fullback. Now Ben McDaniels positioning him. Rozier, the tailback, 8 yards back, gets the deep pitch. Right in, and fights for yardage and is pushed out of bounds at the 42. He'll get about 4 out of that. Haneline on the tackle, setting up second and 6.
DeMarlo Rozier has something all great backs have.
He's as the tight end, and he gets a little breather as he comes to the sideline. McDaniels with an audible again at the line. Another deep pitch, Rozier. The same way right in. Fights for yardage and has a first down, it appears. Close to the Ignatius 35-yard line. Tackle made by Eagens. Good blocking by McKinley up front. Outside the Ignatius 35-yard line. Matt Curry is split to the right. Really a running formation here. Let's see what they do. They give the fullback dive to Rashawn Hall, and he's going to get nothing. Ignatius all over him. Haneline again, leading the charge along with Mark Masterson for St. Ignatius. Interesting 9. Ball resting right on the 35-yard line. Gamble to the left, Curry to the right. Hall and Rozier, the setbacks. McDaniels, the throw, looking for Gamble.
It looks like they're going to tape it and put him back in.
It's a first down and 10 to go for McKinley at the 12.
Outstanding job of keeping his legs running. He's hit it right outside the 5 and got to the 2.
Full house formation. Handoff to Hall, and he's going to be sent out for a loss on the play.
Number 95, Mellino.
Outstanding penetration on the inside that time. He's the man in the middle. Rozier, the right halfback. Martin, the left halfback. Give to Rozier. Cuts it back, and he's down to the 2-yard line. And stopped there by the Wildcats.
Now what do you do?
If I'm McDaniels, I go for the touchdown. I try to close this out. Ignatius is still very dangerous. It only gives you a 2-touchdown cushion if he hits the field goal. That would make it 30
about a foot, it looks like, for a first, and about a yard and a foot for a touchdown. And I think that they're not gonna go for a touchdown for McKinley. Full house formation with the 3 backs behind McDaniels. They give to Robinson. And he dives, and he's very close. Let's see now. Again, where they'll mark it will be big.
Well, how about this?
First down.
First and goal, McKinley.
So it's a first down for McKinley and less than a yard for a touchdown.
That's what I call manly football. Let's not pussyfoot around up in that foot line.
On first and goal, McDaniels turns, gives Rozier, touchdown.
Turn out the lights. The party's over.
Here goes over from a yard out. 11-play, 66-yard drive. What an impressive drive for the Bulldogs. And they really did it with some running, but also that big catch by Gamble was a big play in that drive.
Domination, Mike.
Point after coming up. Armatos connects. Timeout on the field.
This message could be important in helping you save your life.
You know, there's only so much you can say in a 30-second commercial, so let me simply say...
979-8998.
You're listening to St. Ignatius Wildcat Football on WTAM 1100.
Armatos to kick it off for Canton McKinley. 4 minutes and change to play in the third quarter. And he spills some adrenaline. He drops it to the goal line. But Ignatius on the 20-yard line. So Ignatius on the 20.
Latter part of the first quarter, early in the second, they can get this done.
The Wildcats are out of the huddle. Ragone under center and not working out of the shotgun, but he's got 4 wide receivers. He rolls to his right, gets pressure. To the right. Massinen goes wide left. Slot formation. Both ways. Ragone to throw right sideline. Lerner can't hang on off his hands and incomplete. Number the 25. Third and long. Nothing going right.
And McKinley right now is very aggressive.
Ragone working out of that shotgun. And the blitz is on. He throws right flat. Caught by Lerner. Slips by one tackle. But he's stepped out of bounds. The 19-yard line. And the Wildcats are going to have to punt with 4-11 chasing.
You know, the point that Mike Shirtasano just made is key. Because I'll tell you what, we knew that Ben Lerner and all the rest of the Ignatius receivers so far 9 minutes into the second half.
McKinley with 10 men on the line, and the punt is away by Milligan. Out of the 45 by Wilcox, midfield, 45, and down to the 43-yard line.
Return by Fred Wilcox.
So the Wildcats defense has to go back on the field. They've got to be a little bit tired. They did not get much of a...
You would usually see from a Chico Kyle coach team. Conversely, the Wild...
Right to St. Ignatius right here.
James Gamble split to the left. Matt Curry is wide right. Rozier, the tailback, gets the deep, rather that's Martin. And he fumbled the football. It's recovered by Ignatius,
Larry Witherspoon.
So the Wildcats have some life
at their own 45-yard line.
Well, as soon as you open your mouth, boom, the ball goes on the floor, and guess what? St. Ignatius has got life again.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, they're not laying on the football, but they just turned the ball over.
Watch out for a big play because McKinley's aggressive here. They're right up on the receivers. They're very, very aggressive.
First down, St. Ignatius at their own 45-yard line. Movement on the Ignatius line.
Flag on the play.
And that's going to cost them 5 yards. 2:58 to go, third quarter. Canton McKinley 35, St. Ignatius 17. The Wildcats getting a break as
the bulldogic nature of the Canton McKinley Bulldogs on defense. They smell blood. They're like sharks going right to it.
Ragone will operate out of the shotgun. And again, looked like movement by Ignatius, and a flag is thrown. This time it looked like Jesse Milligan tried to get a quick start out of the slot formation.
That was their tight end, Mike. Tony Yandek took off a little soon that time. Quite soon, actually.
Illegal procedure.
But he was very loud on the field, and it's hard to hear that far out. He's lined up in the slot 15 yards away from Ragone, so it's hard to hear.
Kendall, what's the cushion on the wide receivers there and the cornerbacks? I can't tell from this angle.
On the corner, the cushion is less than 5 yards. They're creeping up, and we knew they would. In the first half, they were giving them 10 yards and then 5 on the snap. They're up to 5 yards, 5 to 7 on the ends.
Ignatius takes a timeout. He will take a timeout. We'll be right back.
Hey, thanks. Blastmasters, the science of explosion. Premiering Sunday night at 8, only on TLC. Adventures for your mind.
You're listening to St. Ignatius Wildcat Football on WTAM 1100.
On 1st and 20, a pass in the flat to Ardeer. And Ardeer will get nothing. He's going to lose a couple of yards. But really, the Wildcats not looking downfield. quickly.
Very sloppy, though, this series for Ignatius offense.
Second down and 23 for the Cats at their own 31-yard line. Dragon, play action. With a screen to Gonzalez.
That's going to bring up a third and forever. But again, look at the type of pressure that they're putting on Ragon, even in the shotgun, even on a screen.
Football game, and there has really not been any time to catch your breath in this one from the opening kickoff. 3rd and 17, we're going out of the shotgun. Looking over the middle for Yandek, and he
Canton McKinley, and Yandek came across the middle, was about to make a nice catch, but he got knocked out.
Mike Doss said, "Welcome to Canton, Ohio."
10 men on the line as Milligan gets the snap to punt, and he gets away. A good kick, fair catch called for by Wilcox. And guys, after seeing all sorts of offense first half,
Canton McKinley has to hand it to him.
First down for the Bulldogs. Ben McDaniels, the junior quarterback for McKinley. He was a starter last year as a sophomore.
Richard Bradley.
He gets to Bradley, and Bradley can't get around left hand.
By number 47,
Bradley fumbled in the second quarter, gets a chance. And I think Mike Trevisano, you mentioned DeMarlo Rozier's wrist. And second down and about 12 for McKinley. Meter moving down to 45 seconds to play, third quarter. McDaniels rolling out of the pocket, and he will get away, I think, with an intentional grounding there, because he did have a receiver in the vicinity, but there was some big-time pressure by St. Ignatius on that play.
Now, he had a receiver in the vicinity, Mike. You just couldn't see him. He was buried by St. Ignatius defensive players.
Larry Witherspoon was just outstanding on that play.
Meaning third quarter. Are in the I formation. Curry, the wide receiver to the right, goes in motion. Hand off to Bentley again up the middle, and he will get to the line of scrimmage and nothing more, and the Bulldogs are going to have to punt.
Mike, will
just go one way. Of course, McKinley with that 18-point lead.
And 18 running backs.
But none have looked as good as DeMarlo. This will be the last play of the quarter as McDaniels, the quarterback, actually punting this time. And the ball looked like it hit off of the helmet of one of the Ignatius players. Let's see. As it was a short kick.
I love this. There's 5 referees looking at each other now.
The ball is going to be spotted at the Ignatius 42.
What they're going to say is they didn't give him an opportunity to catch the football. They're going to call interference on that.
They just threw another flag, it looks like, for unsportsmanlike conduct, maybe on one of the Canton McKinley players.
Now we're going to get the call. Now we are going to get an interference call, or pushing, as I think Kendall described it, where the Ignatius player going for the football got pushed, and the penalty against the Bulldogs. So that is the end of the third quarter. It's Canton McKinley 35, Ignatius 17. We'll be back after this. They're standing at midfield for Ignatius. So the Wildcats with a chance to get great field position to try to get back into this game. McDaniels will stand at his spot. Good snap from center. Good rush. Almost blocked. A high, very short kick. And it may have been partially blocked by Chris Haneline. And the ball will roll dead at about the 31-yard line.
So again, as Mike Trevisano said, Canton McKinley would have to hand this game to St. Ignatius, and that's a start. They're going to mark that at about the 28-yard line, and the Ignatius is going to have outstanding field position. If I'm Coach Kyle, I go right into the end zone with this on some top quarter.
So we've got another timeout. 35 21-17. McKinley leads it. We'll be back after this timeout.
Don't let annoying windows trouble your home. Call Sears now at 1-888-447-2700. That's 1-888-447-2700. You're listening to St. Ignatius Wildcat Football on WTAM 1100.
And James Campbell.
The Wild Bulldogs. Lerner, who's become the all-time leading receiver and has a new single-season record for receptions for Ignatius, wide left. Handoff Gonzalez, left tackle. And Joe Gonzalez is close to a first down for the Cats.
Just a simple off-tackle run. He picked up about 3 or 4 yards on that, enough for the first down.
Better hurry. Rozier's got to get off the field before this play is run for Ignatius. First down at the 19-yard line of Canton McKinley. Deep pitch Gonzalez. Trying to slip away at 19, 15 to the 10-yard line. Goes Joe Gonzalez. Almost a 10-yard pickup. He is stopped by James Campbell.
Tell you what, Joe Gonzalez, from the last time I saw him, he came in as the third down replacement or the third replacement for Paul Ardeer last year when he was hurt in the McKinley game, and he was a fullback, chubby. Now he's slamming it very speedy.
Second and short 2 at the McKinley 11. Ragone to throw. Looking to his right, fires, caught by Lerner right at the 1 yard as he aimed touchdown.
Jeff Lerner.
It is.
Coverage on the
great
by Fred
What a grab by Lerner, and he was in the end zone. Catch there to give the Ignatius Wildcats a score, and now the Cats are going to go for 2, it appears. A 2-point try for the Wildcats. Ragone rolling to his left. He looks back right. He's got a man. It's caught by Yandek, and the Wildcats are back in this football game. St. Ignatius on an 11-yard touchdown pass from Ragone to Lerner, and a 2-point conversion to Tony Yandek. And we've got a lot of football still to be played in Canton. 10:35 to go. Ignatius, McKinley 35. Ignatius, the kind of plays you got to make. Those are the kind of plays you got to make in a game like this. And they did. They made the play they had to make.
Well, I tell you, you don't get to be a state champion 7 out of 9 times in one of the toughest states for football in the country without resiliency, and you need it, and the Ignatius has it.
Milligan's kickoff, fielded at about the 5-yard line.
On the return for McKinley.
Up to the 20 to the 25-yard line. Now keep in mind, Ignatius down by 10, but as Mike Trevisano told us, DeMarlo Rozier, the top running back for the McKinley Bulldogs, can't play any more offense tonight. Line, the Bulldogs are out of the huddle. Curry wide to the right. Campbell split to the left. Bradley, the tailback, gets the deep pitch, and he runs it off left tackle for 2, maybe 3 yards.
Well, it's Canton McKinley's turn, Mike, to answer now. If Canton McKinley wants to set Ignatius, got off the turnover there. Ignatius now within 10 points. Canton McKinley could just, with a long drive, could just say goodnight.
Under 10 minutes to play in the game. The Bulldogs with a 10-point lead, moving from our right to our left. McDaniels fakes the handoff, steps up to throw. He's looking long for Gamble. Intercepted by Ignatius. Mark Fallon picks it off as the ball floated. And the Wildcats have the football back. First and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
I don't believe what I'm looking at. I don't believe what I just saw. I mean, there's a guy, McDaniels just threw in a triple coverage with a safety just sitting there playing center field. Like I said earlier, Canton McKinley had this game. The only way they can lose it is hand it to Ignatius, and they're handing it off.
The Wildcats with a first down at their own 44. Gonzalez will get the deep pitch. Joe trying to turn it left side. Up to the 45 to the 50, and he dives forward. Close to a first down at the 46-yard line of Canton McKinley.
You know, Rudy Tomjanovich talked about it when he talked about his Houston Rockets. Yards on 14 carries for Joe Gonzalez. Outstanding evening for young Mr. Gonzalez.
He lines up as the tailback. Ardeer is the fullback. Ragone will pitch. They're going to run a reverse, and they're going to have a pass by Milligan looking long for Ballok. He's covered, but he makes the catch. John Ballok.
Where is the flag?
John Ballison.
Ballok
Ball will be placed at the 12-yard line. First and 10.
At the 12-yard line, Jesse Milligan
talked about ebb and flow in the first half. We're back to the ebbing and flowing. And McKinley early in the half. Now it's St. Ignatius coming back. And I'll tell you what, right down here, Mike, and I don't know if you saw it, but Massinen pushed off his defender and was able to make that catch.
Yeah, it was an acrobatic catch.
Second down audible being called by Ragone. Massinen wide right. Lerner split to the left. Handoff. Gonzalez left tackle. Pulls forward to the 4, maybe to the 3-yard line. Close to a first down.
There was a big hole there for Gonzalez to run through, too. I got a perfect angle here, and Gonzalez went through a nice hole, closed quickly by the McKinley linebackers in secondary. I thought he was going to score.
Gonzalez is over 100 yards. He has 102 yards rush.
Kept their cool. They got back into this thing. When you have a guy like Rozier, and then on so many plays, the odds of something happening increase, and he's injured his wrist, so he can only play on one side of the ball, and that's been huge. McKinley's not been able to run like they would like after getting that big lead.
Well, that's the key, again, for offense.
Well, another injury. Joe Gonzalez is injured on that play, and he's been helped and assisted to the sideline. Ignatius looking at third down and a yard. Ardeer will now take over as the tailback. Hanna is in at the fullback spot. Ball is on the 3-yard line of McKinley. Third down, a yard for a first down. 3 for a touch. Handoff Ardeer left tackle. And Paul Ardeer fighting close to first down yardage. We'll have to wait on the measurement here.
Outstanding defensive play that time by Jamar Muller.
With wrist and leg problems, and Gonzalez, I'm not really sure what's wrong with him for Ignatius.
But Ardeer did get the first down. The Ignatius fans, and there are thousands here. They are on their feet to the far side of the field. First down and goal for Ignatius. Ball spotted on the McKinley 2. 7 minutes and change to play in this game. Ignatius trailing by 10. Up in the backfield as they run out of a full house set. Handoff to Ardeer. He fights forward and is going to be stopped at the 1-yard line.
Interesting thing, you talk about Joe Gonzalez, Mike Trevisalo, you talk about Joe Gonzalez and DeMarlon Rozier both being out of the game in crunch time on offense. Both of these guys go both ways. So that tonight.
Second down and goal at the 1. Ignatius full house formation behind Ragone. He keeps it and plunges forward, and no indication yet. And he is short. So it'll bring up third down and inches from the goal line for Ignatius.
And see, this is where Joe Gonzalez is very valuable. With his speed, he can get to the flag and get in the end zone, and Ignatius really needs this.
Third down and goal. Ragone under center. Hands it to Ardeer. He's not going to get it. Ardeer trying to dive in. He'll lose yardage.
Rashawn Hall hugs him right at about the 1-yard line. And to answer your question, Mike Trevisano, if I'm within a half possession, you can't give this type of penetration up.
Well, being down 10 points would be very interesting to see.
They get a foot. They need to get a foot to get right back in this game. McKinley trying to put up the goal line stand here in Canton.
I think the crowd will tell you whether they score or not.
Fourth down and a foot. Ragone reaching under. He plunges forward.
No.
He stood up.
Ragone, the ball carrier.
No. Nothing doing that time.
And he went into the line straight up. They stood him up both times. He had no chance to gain a yard.
Now, we may have a delay of game call on McKinley. A flag has been thrown, and that's what it is. But I don't know how you move the football. This is going to be the shortest penalty we maybe have ever seen. Because you can only go back about an inch.
And the Ignatius couldn't get that one in.
First down and 10. McKinley with it. Handoff. Rozier back in there.
DeMarlo Rozier, the ball carrier. Brought down on the 15-yard line.
I told you, there's some padding out of his uniform in the front area there. His wrist is taped and sore. And like you said earlier, if the game got down to nitty-gritty time, Rozier would be back. And Rozier is back. Word from St. Ignatius Gonzalez, they're working on his left knee. And they are not sure if he will be back or not, if he has ligament damage or not. They are not sure at the moment, but they are working on his Gonzalez's left knee.
Now the Wildcats Wildcats missed him in that last series. Now Canton McKinley with a 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line. DeMarlo Rozier back in the game. Is hit in the backfield. He'll go down for a loss on the play. Brian Foley finally wrapped him up. It'll be a loss of a couple, but now the clock becomes a factor in this game.
Why they're not giving the ball to Martin Moore, 240-pound running back.
2nd down and 11 for the Bulldogs. McDaniels with an audible at the line. Ignatius with a blitz. Deep pitch to Martin.
Number 41, Jamal Martin, the ball carrier.
Likes to get back to the line of scrimmage.
I guess that's why.
At least on that play.
Again, Haneline beating him to the punch, getting in the backfield and stopping the plays before they even start.
Mike, they should get good field position after this punt also, yes.
3rd down and 11. See what the Bulldogs do. High formation behind Daniels. Give to the tailback.
Martin on the carry.
Will take it to the 18, and looks like Tom McDaniel says, let's just be careful and punt.
And that's good strategy because
right now for McKinley, Tom McDaniel says, we just want to get a punt away here and make Ignatius work to score.
And you know, the point that Trevisano made a few minutes ago is key. When you got a 4th down and about 6 inches, you really don't want to stand your 6'4" quarterback up.
I don't understand that play calling. I really don't. 2 quarterback sneaks. To me, that was just hideous play calling on the goal line for Ignatius.
I would think there would have to be a running back somewhere on that roster who could run a foot to the right or to the left to get in the end zone, or a big back on that roster somewhere.
Got a 5-yard delay of game call on McKinley. So it's going to be Paul Humphrey standing at his goal line to punt. Ignatius coming at him. A short, bad kick. Hits at the 35 of the McKinley bounce, though. It's going to turn into a very, very good kick. That hit at the 35-yard line, and it rolled 25 yards to the 40-yard line of Ignatius.
I don't understand. Ballok and Mystic just stood there and watched the ball. They're supposed to pick that
for Ignatius. Ball at their own 40 is where it's slotted. Ragone fires caught by Velocity. And it rolls it to Milligan, and Milligan takes it across midfield for a 1st down.
Nice play. The hook and lateral is what it's called. He makes the catch, and
Ignatius down by 10 in McKinley territory. Ragone rolling left, looking long for Milligan, and it's
knocked away by number 2, Rick Fox.
Enough big plays.
Never broke on the ball either.
2nd down and 10. Ragone out of the shotgun. Now will run it into McKinley territory, trying to get to the sideline. He won't do it.
Ragone, the ball carrier, tackle on the play by Fred Wilcox. And also Les Thompson.
That's not what you want your guy to be doing at this time of the game with a pass, not a run.
But Dave Ragone did get the 1st down, and that keeps the Wildcats alive on this drive.
Well, it's interesting coming into this football game. I had a feeling that Canton McKinley might not have been the #1 team in the country, but based on what they've done here, they just may be.
Ragone out of the shotgun, under 2 minutes to play in the game, dumps it off to Ardeer, and he is Ragone looking to the far side, and it's broken up, nearly intercepted.
Ragone's pass. James Campbell and
Well, I'll make a little prediction. I'm here, right here in the middle of the action.
For Ignatius at the McKinley 35 with a minute 32 to play. Ragone fires, far sideline. Velocity makes the grab and scoops to the sideline out of bounds. He'll have a 1st down. And the Wildcats are still alive in this game, barely, with a minute 25 to play.
The last pass to Velocity from the regained 1st down.
They run with the double slot formation. Ragone to throw, fires down to the near side, makes the catch.
Again,
He's close to another 1st down.
That was close. If he'd have got out of bounds, he'd have got out of bounds right on top of me.
Really?
Look out, Paul.
Short of the 1st down, he gets 9 on it.
almost made another play at the goal line. Ball went right through his hands and into the hands of Yandek for the touchdown.
Well, I mean, it was the protection. I mean, he pump faked 3 times. He looked at 4 or 5 different receivers. I mean, he had all day long as McKinley decided not to blitz it and drop back into basically a zone coverage as they had guys strewn all over the goal line on the final play. Big point here, Mike. Big kick. High school kicks are not automatic.
It'll be Milligan for the point after. The kick is up, and Milligan puts it through the upright. St. Ignatius is still in this ballgame. 35-32. Whatever happens, the result is injured.
Now, how big is that goal line stand from Canton McKinley? They didn't even, by Ignatius not taking the field goal, we'd be tied here. But now, not even the touchdown, or they'd be ahead. So, certainly, the defense of Canton McKinley came up big about 2 minutes ago.
Well, if I was going to run 2 quarterback sneaks, I sure would have rather went for the field goal if I was St. Ignatius 2 possessions back. I mean, I think if anything beats them tonight, I think they're going to look back at those 2 quarterback sneaks.
And, of course, losing Joe Gonzalez in that series after he made the big run. All right, they're lining up for an onside kick. Ignatius with 7 players to the far hash, so they're going to kick it to the far side. Milligan bounces it down at midfield. It's covered up by the Bulldogs.
What a great play. What a great play. I mean, I don't want to say that fielding that onside kick was the most valuable player in the determining play in the game. Well, that came up to him on a short hop. It was like a bullet. End over end. It was a great play by whoever recovered it.
The Bulldogs, they will not have to get any yardage. They can run this out. Ignatius, I believe, with one more timeout that they're using now.
Hey, Mike, I got the cheerleaders down here to Canton McKinley. How's the ears now?
Yeah, well, they should be happy tonight.
Well, they just a thumbs up. Look at it. They're telling us. This guy's been down here been telling me all.
Anything else extra, but that does throw a little bit into it. That game, though, is it takes on its own identity, really. McDaniels gets the snap. 46 seconds to play, and
it's got to be a helpless feeling right now for St. Ignatius players. When a quarterback takes the one knee, just got to be helpless.
Well, the Bulldogs are partying now. Their fans know that they've got it.
Mike, we're going to try to get Canton McKinley head coach on, too. We're going to try.
Tom McDaniels being embraced by his assistant coaches right now. The McKinley bench to our near side. A flag foot, I think, delay of game. 35-32. The Bulldogs are going to win this game. Ignatius will go to 6-1, and they will play their backyard rivals, St. Ed's, next week. So they can't really hang their heads on this one. I don't really think there's any reason why they should, Ken.
No, they were in a great game. They played their hearts out. Just didn't go their way today. I'll tell you what, I would hate to be the St. Edward Eagles next week at Lakewood Stadium.
McDaniels takes the snap. Now the clock moving. Well, he's just walking away from the line of scrimmage. They don't really have to snap the ball. As the clock started again, it's all over. And it's bedlam here in Canton. The McKinley Bulldogs, 35. St. Ignatius, 32. Fans are going onto the field. We're going to go down to Mike Trevisano. We can find him.
Well, I'm in the middle of all these little kids, and thank God they're little, some of them, because it's just absolutely, the Canton McKinley student body is just storming the field right now. And, hey, what a great victory for Canton McKinley. I said earlier in this game, Ignatius would never come back on McKinley. They've been telling me all day down here, the McKinley people, this is the best team they've ever had. And, hey, I'll tell you what, I can't argue with that, Mike Kendall.
Hey, I'll tell you what, this is a beautiful scene. Right. I mean, the scene that we see now is just about all it can is on the field, and you see great sportsmanship between these two class teams, class organizations, and you can't...